everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So this is the Missing Claus Quests Part 2. I'm going to try and knock out as much of this as I can because, as you guys can see, I have about 2 days left. So I'm going to be doing some more of these quests in this video, and we're going to see how much of this we can get done. We are currently at 26% of the quest to get the house, and we are already 10% into the quest to get these rustic doors. So it says that the first one is your sim waits patiently for Frank to calm down and again asks Frank for the key. Maybe is it gonna take one of your civilians to get through to the boss? Frank says, here's the key. Have your sim collect the key from Frank. Okay. So she's pregnant, so I can't do her. How about we use you? And am I gonna have to go like back to the farmhouse, I wonder? I may have to, so let's go to the park and let's see if I can head on over to the farmhouse. So let's see. We're gonna bring over Love, and we're gonna tap on you, and we're gonna ride to Santa's farmhouse. Okay. Oh, hi Sandra, I didn't realize you were still here. Oh, these in-ad game, or these, like, come on now. Like, yeah, Osiris, exactly. That's the exact face I'm making right now. Like, there never used to be ads like that in The Sims FreePlay, and I absolutely hate that there is now. Okay, so it says Frank hands your sim several keys. Well, at least your sim can now get into the farmhouse. Have your sim unlock the door. So unlocking the door just takes 5 minutes. Oh, I think I've seen Santa. Introducing sim to Santa. After working through all the keys, your sim finally has access to Santa's inner sanctum. Time to find out what is going on. Have your sim introduce themselves to Santa. And I think this is the same farmhouse as before, it looks very familiar to me. A somber Santa explains to your sim that Mrs. Claus has been struck down with a terrible fever. She has been bedridden for weeks and needs constant care. Well, that explains why Christmas is behind schedule. Do you have any ideas? Asks a desperate Santa. Now's the time to apply that first aid course. Have your sim check on Mrs. Claus upstairs. And that just takes 2 hours and 10 minutes. Okay, we're gonna have you sit down for a second, and I think I'm gonna send Sandra home because I don't need 2 sims here. Your sim checks on Mrs. Claus. She looks feverish and feels terribly cold. Is this farmhouse warm enough? Have your sim check the fireplace to make sure it's producing enough heat. Okay, so Sandra, we're actually going to send you home. And we are just going to use Love for this. Okay. Check the temperature on the fireplace, which takes 4 minutes. I really do like the fireplace though. I like the whole house actually. Let's see. Look for a cure. Your sim checks the fireplace, which is losing heat. After some tweaks, the temperature is fixed. Now to complete the 1-2 punch to Mrs. Claus's fever. Soup. Surely someone has a cookbook with a recipe to cure a fever. Have 5 sims cure a fever have 5 sims look for a cure from a bookshelf.
Okay. I don't know why I can't read today, but like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and final 1, 5. And that takes 2 hours.
Ooh, okay. So what is this? Complete the goals in time? Oh my god, I have a lot of them to do. Okay. Your Sims search and manage to find the Freezer Fever cookbook. They find Amaryllis Apocalypse? That's a very strange recipe name. A promising recipe designed to destroy fevers and flus. The key ingredient is onions. At a garden patch, have your Sim grow 10 lots of onions.
This is a very odd name for a recipe, especially for a soup. Okay. Where are my onions? Tomatoes, eggplants. There we go. And how many do I have to do? 10? Ooh. Or is it like these 4? I have to do it like 10. Wait, 12, that should be 12, so if that doesn't complete it, then I should have to do it. Yeah, I have to do it 10. I think this is 3.
Out. Oh, okay. Apparently that was the last one. Okay. Your Sim has enough onions to make the soup. Now to cook it. Have your Sim cook the soup at the stove. Okay, does anyone else have a weird, like, feeling? Like, why did she need so many onions for, like, one pot of soup? It's kind of weird, don't you think? Okay. Oh yeah, the soup smells amazing. This is bound to cure Mrs. Claus. Have your Sim give Mrs. Claus a soup. I'm assuming it smells just like regular onions, so I don't know how good it can smell. But we have completed this and unlocked our rustic door pack, which is great. We are now 33% in. It says that the next one has the soup had any effect. Your Sim takes Mrs. Claus' temperature. Cold, now hot. No wonder Mrs. Claus can't shake her fluctuating fever. To get it down will require a nuclear level of chill. Thanks to your Sim, suddenly a blast of frozen air announces the arrival of an irate Ice Queen. Uh-oh. Have your Sim talk to the Ice Queen. A sad Santa paces inside, refusing to leave Mrs. Claus' side, cooking oh my goodness. I'm not going to say that because I apparently can't say it. The soup Mrs. Claus sips is it enough to turn the fever's tide. What? Oh my. So we are going to come and talk to the Ice Queen. It says, why the frost was winter so late, demands an irate Ice Queen. It's December, not spring. Your Sim needs to find a way to calm her down. She could very well be the solution to Mrs. Claus's temperature. Yeah, you thought the onions would help that too. Maybe something impossibly cute like the pug that's been wandering around could work. Have your Sim introduce the pug to the Ice Queen. She takes 2 hours and 15 minutes to introduce her to a dog. Okay. Your Sim hands the pug to the Ice Queen. Aw, aren't you just the cutest little thing? With your wonky eyes and your adorable wheezing, the Ice Queen is besotted. Now is your Sim's chance to discuss Mrs. Claus' condition. Have your Sim discuss Mrs. Claus' condition with the Ice Queen. Oh, it's a really cute pug though. Okay. Your Sim discusses Mrs. Claus's fever with the Ice Queen. This requires my magic and magical meal. I know a witch who turned her love of food into a career, says the Ice Queen. She has her own cooking show. From a TV, watch 8 episodes of Wicked Dishes. Here we go.
We're going to come inside and watch TV. You are going to play with the dog. So where's the TV? Oh, it's the TV. Okay. It's going to take 6 hours, so we have to watch it. How many times? 8, I think? So this is our 4th one right here. And there's 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Your Sim watches Wicked Dishes on TV. Hang on, isn't that Barbara Yaga? The children's entertainer? She's a celebrity chef now? Your Sim wonders if Party Troopers still manages Barbara Yaga. On the phone, have your Sim call Party Troopers, which is going to take 2 hours and 5 minutes. I really do like this house, actually. Congratulations, you have earned the Wildflowers Hedge Pack. It's really cute. Really cute. Your Sim is put through to Barbara Yaga's manager at Party troopers, I almost said party poopers, party troopers, Miles Green, and explains the situation. We'll send her straight over, says Miles. Check the teleporter in Santa's basement. Have your sim check the basement of Santa's, thank you, farmhouse. An ice queen irate, calmed by a pug with cute traits, a wicked dish required from a witch's ever tired, a few this meal must state. I hate reading those because I get so tongue-tied. Oh, hi, how are you, wicked witch? So we're just gonna check for 10 minutes, and of course she is here. It says, your sim locates Barbara Yaga in the basement. True to character, Barbara has found the nearest object on which to nap. There has to be something in the farm or in the house that will wake the weary witch. Have your sim locate the correct object to wake Barbara Yaga. So we're going to come over here and we're going to do that. That takes 4 minutes. Yaga's still asleep. Maybe turn on the TV. And she's still sleeping. Tap on heater to wake Barbara. Where's the water heater at? Oh. Oh no, as your sim tries, Barbara is still asleep. Try another object. Create an aroma to wake. I probably should have started with this if I would have known that there was something upstairs, but you probably had to do them all anyways. Your sim knows that food is Barbara's weakness, and the sweet smell of cooking draws the sleepy witch from her den, with her wide awake. Now is the time to question her about a cure for Mrs. Claus. Have your sim talk to Barbara. Okay. Let's fix and say, where'd she go? The next one is your sim talks to Barbara about Mrs. Claus's fever. The Ice Queen is correct. I can craft a magic meal with her powers, says Barbara. However, need the hero ingredient, truffles. How can truffles be found? Have 6 sims ponder away on the couch to find truffles. After long and painful thought, your sim has it. Pigs are great at finding truffles. And this is a farm with a pig. Have your sim plead with Princess, the teacup pig, for help. So we're going to come out here and plead for 15 minutes. Oh, look at the baby. Okay. The next one is your sim pleads with Princess, the teacup pig, who snorts and says that she has stashed some truffles at a few locations on the farm. Have your sim find the truffles on Santa's farm. So we're going to collect the truffles. Okay. And anywhere else? Yep, some over here. Any more? I think that's all of them. Oh, maybe not. And apparently all these take 8 hours and 15 minutes. The next one is that should be enough truffles for Barbara's magic meal. Have your sim give the truffles to Barbara. Your sim gives the truffles to Barbara, who says she can now make a potential meal combining truffle oil with the mystic ice from the Ice Queen. I was wondering why she was over there doing that. While Barbara is cooking and your sim has thought of the perfect present for Barbara, some speckled eggs from the chicken's coop. Okay. The speckled eggs in your sim collected are perfect. Barbara will be able to use them in the future meal. Have your sim give the speckled eggs to Barbara. I hate that they said future meal because that means that this quest is nowhere near done. Okay, so I have received the picket fences pack. Your sim hands over the speckled eggs and waits for Barbara and the Ice Queen to finish creating the hot and cold magical meal. Finally, it is ready. Barbara hands your sim the magical meal. That is it. The fate of Christmas rests on Barbara's mystical cuisine. Give the magical soup to Mrs. Claus, which takes 1 hour and 15 minutes. Your sim gives the magical meal to Mrs. Claus. Her recovery is startling. The power of your sim's persistence, teamwork, and magic is something. Sorry, I got a text. Okay, truly is something. Now that Mrs. Claus is recovered, Santa will be able to fully focus on Christmas. What could the next steps be? Have your sim discuss the next steps with Santa. Okay. So we're going to come over here and discuss that, which is going to take 15 minutes. And Mrs. Claus is just up walking around, which is really good. Your sim informs Santa that Mrs. Claus is well again and asks for more information on what the next steps are to get Christmas back on track. He expresses his profound gratitude and says finding the missing elves and getting the workshop back in operation is the first step. Can Frank the elf help? Have your sim discuss the missing elves with Frank. No, I don't want to click on whatever I just clicked on. Okay. And that is going to take 2 hours and 15 minutes. So the next one is your sim attempts to speak to Frank. Santa wanted me to feed the chickens, but the way they look at me, Frank is clearly suffering from... what? Electorophobia? A fear of chickens. You've got to be kidding me. Have your sim feed 4 chickens at the farmhouse. Okay. That's going to take 8 hours and 15 minutes. How many times do I have to do it? Oh, 4 times? Okay. The next one is chickens fed. Check. That should alleviate Frank's electorophobia, and hopefully he can shed some light on the location of the other elves. Have your sim ask Frank about the missing elves, which is going to take 15 minutes. Task completed. How far are we away from doing this last one? Or completing this last one anyway. Okay, so when I complete this farmhouse laundry pack, I'm going to end this video off here, and I'm going to work on it some more in part 3. I don't want these videos to be too long because I think the last one was a little over 20 minutes. So this task is your sim asks Frank if he knows the location of the other elves. Well, Kurt and Pat went to Simtown looking for Rudolph, oh my god. Well, Kurt and Pat went to Simtown looking for Rudolph in the sleigh, he replies. Well, it's a start. Your sim instructs Frank to head back to Santa's workshop to find Kurt. Have your sim ride back to Santa's workshop. Or was it ride to the park? Because I seen something about park. Yes, ride Rudolph to the park. Okay, not Santa's workshop. The next one is your sim arrives in the park and spies a sleeping elf on the park bench. What? They're asleep? Have your sim try to wake up the sleeping elves. Which park bench though? Like, there are so many. Oh, okay, over here. That's gonna take 5 hours and 15 minutes. Congratulations, you've completed the 7th set of goals in the Missing Claus Christmas quest and received the farmhouse laundry pack. Okay everyone, so that is the end of this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure and give this video a thumbs up. Make sure and hit that subscribe button down below. All of my social media links will be linked down in the description as always. I will also link down part 1 for you guys if you have not watched it already. And part 3 should be up maybe tomorrow. So definitely keep a lookout for that. Definitely go and check out my Sims FreePlay giveaway, because I have a giveaway going on right now where you guys can win this town that I'm playing on with all of the money and everything. So definitely go and check that out. That video will also be linked in the description, and just follow the steps on how to enter. Yeah, so I hope that you guys have an amazing day. I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys.